Hello, 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 and welcome to another live stream here. We'll get started in about 40 seconds, and I'd like you to welcome to the stream. If you are watching this, please grab a bag of chips or whatever else you like, and have a nice, relaxing, and yet quite exciting live stream here for you today using the Cessna Corvalis TT, like it says in the title. We're in Costa Rica today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get started here in 20 seconds. And we also have my friend Benny joining us today for the live stream. Like he has for the past two live streams, we'll be chit-chatting along the way. And hope you guys enjoy it. Hello, hello, hello there, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Hello there, Benny. Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you loud and clear.
Okay, Benny, your audio is very, very, very bad right now. You're basically inaudible. So, could you do something about that? Say,
Let me check that out.
all right.
Yeah, let me
Okay.
check that out.
Okay. Thank you. Anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another stream here. Hope you guys are doing well. And today we're in Croatia. That's right, Croatia. I fly to Costa Rica so much. Had a little brain fart right there. I was thinking about Costa Rica, but we're in Croatia today. And look at that beautiful scene. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the beautiful place that we're in. There's a lovely little bridge there that you can see in the distance right there. I don't know if you're able to tell. That's a bridge right there that connects the island we're on right now. We're going to have a lot more factoids about the island we're on and all that stuff in a bit. So that is the mainland, and here we are on this particular island where we have this lovely little airport which happens to be handcrafted. The code is Lima Delta Romeo India, LDRI, and it's Rijeka Airport, spelled Rijeka. Pronounced apparently Rijeka Airport, and as you can tell, it is absolutely stunning. I don't know why. There's something I really like about this airport. The vegetation is really, really nice. These tall, I don't know, Christmas tree looking things. They're not exactly Christmas tree, but these elongated tall trees around it. Very, very nice. The palm, very nice. The parking is done so well as well, I must say. It is done really, really well. Got buses parked there. Pretty much a forest ahead of us and the rest of the island here. The island is very, very wooded. A settlement off to that side, and what appears to be some sort of facility over there. I assume some sort of port, perhaps. As you can tell, the markings at the airport are absolutely beautiful. Anas says, hello there, Anas. Welcome to our stream. The markings are absolutely stunning. Very, very good. This airport is really nice. I should fly here with some airliner sometime. And we've got leftover of a bogey of an airplane there. Fuselage here. No guts, no glory. I don't know what aircraft this is. Could be a 737, maybe. Yeah, could be a 737, who knows. Anyway, we've also got a display of an aircraft here. What appears to be some sort of military aircraft. Yes, it's maybe some sort of MiG here, perhaps. That is kept at the start of the airport, at the land side of the airport. Very nice. It's a beautiful little place, as you can tell. Let's take a look at, an outdoor seating area. Benny, have you managed to fix the audio issues? Could you say hello? We could check it out.
I believe it should be a bit better by now.
Yeah, I can hear you now, but not so well. But it's good enough for now. I'll let you know if it gets any worse. So here we go. Beautiful benches. I hope you're looking at this, Benny. Very beautiful benches. Beautiful cars here as well. Parked. Oh, these are some nice cars right there. Huh? Anyway, lovely level of detail in this airport is what I'm trying to say. It's pretty nice, isn't it? It is pretty nice.
Yeah, it does. So.
Yeah. We can't exactly hear you again, man.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, now that's better. You keep cutting off. I don't know. It feels like you're going far away from the mic all of a sudden. Anyway, we've got All right, we've got this map out here, glass of champagne, the drone that we've seen. We've seen this exact objects here, this random objects here on other handcrafted airstrips before. Nothing new there, although these lovely looking tables, interesting. Although I don't imagine they'll be very comfortable to sit on. They look quite good. And then we have the airport main building itself. Before we get in there, let's have a look at the ATC tower, which hopefully we can enter. Yes, we can, and it's modeled. Yeah, it's modeled pretty decently, although it looks like it's from the 80s. It is modeled pretty decently here. Okay, so we got the control tower. Beautiful. Let's now head down here into the airport area where it looks absolutely stunning. The interior is designed, modeled to some degree. We got the screens there. This, I believe, is the correct level of detail for an airport. You don't need more than this, because as long as it looks great from the outside, it doesn't make sense to have extreme levels of details on the inside of the airport, right? Benny, are you with us? I don't know if you're with us.
Yep, I'm right here.
All right, okay, great.
Is it better, my audio?
Your audio is all right. So I hope you're seeing us taking a little stroll in the airport. There's some sort of seating area, I presume a cafeteria of some sort. I love the seating areas. Look at that. That looks lovely. Wonderful. Anyway, so that is Rijeka Airport for you. Let's now go ahead, and there's no traffic. I have traffic injection going, but for some reason, we've got no traffic here. Perhaps that's what it is.
Is this an add-on, or it's an actual like handcrafted airport by NSFS?
It is a default handcrafted airport here in 2024.
That looks pretty amazing for a default one.
Yeah, it is pretty nice. They tend to do a better job with these smaller airports. But anyway, here we have our aircraft for the day. The Cessna Corvalis TT, which is again a very interesting aircraft. Interesting in the fact that it is not the Cessna that most people are used to. I suppose it's a later model. We'll have a few interesting facts about it, get more information about it in a second. But yeah, it reminds you of the Diamond DA62, if you didn't know any better, right?
Yeah, it definitely does.
So yeah, there we go. We've also got a blue livery and a paint job here, so that makes it look more like the Diamond DA62's default paint job here. But yeah, it's modeled really nicely. It does come with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I don't know exactly which different editions it comes with, but I know it comes with 2024 Aviator Edition included. And it's not too bad for a default general aviation aircraft. So let's quickly head into walk around mode here, remove the chocks and all that 2024 bells and whistle stuff that they insist that we complete. Oh good lord, my mouse is misbehaving now. I don't know what's up with it. Okay, there we go. Remove the chocks there, remove the engine covers, and we can remove the pitot tube if I can find the click spot for it. There we go. All done. All done. Okay, brilliant. Let's now jump back into the aircraft. Can we open up this hood here? We can't. That sucks.
There is a latch door, but it's not.
It doesn't seem to be working. None of the latches seems to be working from the outside. Kinda sucks, but you know, not the highest level of modeling here, but not too bad. Heading back inside to our particular aircraft. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing much. It's just a semi-luxurious cabin, but this is typical of normal, ordinary G aircraft of the modern times. They tend to look like this, more or less like a typical car, pretty much. You know, that's what they look like. We're so used to the 80s and 70s interior that this might appear to be a little luxurious, but it isn't. It's pretty much standard stuff these days, as you can tell. But nonetheless, the upholstery is quite cool. Very well detailed, very nicely made, very authentic looking. Yeah, all in all, really nice. Looks like it feels just like we're in a car, to be honest. In fact, the Tesla has more screens than this, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So that is.
Is this the first time you're flying the Corvalis?
No, it's not the first time I'm flying it. It's the first time I'm flying it on the channel, for sure. but I have had a few spins with this aircraft. In addition to that, I have actually recorded a video as well, which is already uploaded. It will be scheduled and made public sometime shortly, hopefully. So yeah, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, cold and dark. And before we get started, shall we have a little bit of factoids about Cessna Corvalis TT. When was this aircraft introduced, Benny?
Just hold on a minute. Let me check that out real quick.
While Benny checks up on that, let's go ahead and get ourselves started up, shall we? So, starting this up like a car, pretty much. Batteries on here. Okay, so we got batteries on here. And then we can also turn on the avionics master, in all honesty. Can turn on our lights here, not a big deal. All of them can go on, really doesn't really matter. Fuel tank to left, mixture to full rich, RPM max, throttle, 1/4 of an inch open. Let's prime our engine. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and start this up. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we've started it up. Let's get about 1,000 RPM on that. And let's go ahead and turn on these two, which I believe are the alternators. I'm not entirely sure yet. There we go. We've got everything on there. We've got, yeah, that looks good. We can put our flaps down to taxi. Speed brakes are retracted, which is good. This aircraft does have speed brake, by the way. Lights can, all of them can just remain on. I'm not really going to bother with messing around with the light today. There's no need. There is no need. Okay, Benny, now that we are pretty much ready to roll here, do you have the date of release of the Cessna Corvalis TT?
Yes, I do.
Please tell us a little bit about it while we taxi out to which runway we're using for takeoff. Just a minute. We're taking off from runway 14. All right, so we just need to turn right and taxi down the runway, turn around, and we're ready for takeoff. Okay. Benny, when you are ready, please tell us more about the Cessna.
Sure. So the Cessna Corvalis TT, also known as the Cessna 400, it was developed using the Cessna 350, and its first flight was in June 2000. Although it was introduced in 2004, and that's when it also started manufacturing.
Okay, so it had a long time period between first flight and introduction, huh?
Yeah, it did. But it's also, I think, one of the newer aircrafts we've flown in the recent history on the channel.
Yeah. Benny, could you get a bit closer to the microphone?
Yeah, sure. Is it any better now?
It is slightly better now, yeah.
All right.
Not by much.
So yeah, I was saying, I think it's one of the newer aircraft we've flown on the channel.
It is, but 2004, I was expecting it to be much more recent than that.
Yeah.
It's 20 years old now?
No, actually, sorry. The TTX, if this is the T240, is it?
No, this is a Corvalis TT. That's what it says it is.
Yeah, so it's also known, there is a Cessna TTX, which is also the Cessna Corvalis. I don't know which Corvalis this one is. If it is the TTX, that started in 2013. There was some minor adjustments with the Cessna Corvalis 400.
I'm pretty sure that this one might be the updated one.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Although its production ended in February 2018.
Oh, so they stopped making it already?
Yeah, about 7 years ago.
That was pretty quick. I expected this aircraft to be a little more recent than that, but interesting. Interesting. Anyway. I mean, we do have excellent alternatives that look just like the Corvalis TT, and I'm guessing it's not exactly a very popular aircraft. Do we have the sales numbers for this thing?
Let me.
Okay. While you do that, let me go ahead and get ourselves out of this Rijeka. Okay, let's go ahead and take off. We'll have a look around the area first, and then we shall come back in for multiple landings using different weather presets. So that's the activity for today's live stream. I'm going to try and make it a quick and short one here today, nothing too long. So let's get ourselves up and out of here, ladies and gentlemen. 80 knots coming up. Pull up, there we go. Nice and easy. Just like that, we are out of Rijeka. Did not need much of that runway at all. It sounds really good, I have to say.
Good takeoff.
Say that again?
Hold on, my internet is acting up a bit.
Oh, sorry about that. Sure. Sure. Okay, the sounds on this aircraft, oh my goodness, I always do that instead of pressing the view button. When I'm using the controller, I always have that problem. Anyway, the views on this aircraft aren't too bad at all, I must say. They're really, really nice. Flaps up. Let me get the heading bug straight there. Autopilot. Hold altitude. Hold heading, please. Thank you very much. We can come off the RPM slightly. Come off the throttle there. We've got ourselves stable flight pretty much at 800 feet here. We should probably climb a little bit, shouldn't we? Can just give it... No, 3,200 is too much. Maybe 2,800. We can say flight level change. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're climbing out real smooth and nice here. What do you think so far, Benny? Oh, we've got a bridge over there, so we got to perform a little stunt. So let's go ahead and do that right away first. So, heading, let's turn to our right. You see that little bridge there? We're going to pass under it. That is mandatory in Flight Danube. Benny, if you're saying anything, we can't hear you.
No, I was just setting up my Wi-Fi connection again.
Alright, my bad.
Sorry about that.
My bad. Let's turn that around.
Oh yeah, I have the Cessna Corvalis sales. It's pretty sad how far it declined. It was... So they've only sold 261 since 2007.
261.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the most popular Cessna out there, is it?
Definitely not. And then in the early years, like 2008, for example, they sold 110 in 1 year. But then in 2010, they only sold 7. So
okay, that is interesting.
Rough going, yeah.
Maybe the reviews were not so great.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good aircraft. Like, all the reviews were amazing. It's just that people didn't bother buying it, I guess, for some reason.
Maybe there are a lot of alternatives to this available now. You know, we've got the Diamond DS-62, which is an amazing aircraft.
There is a few studies which do say that the reason it faced challenges was probably due to the name confusion, which is because it's referred to as the Cessna 350, the Cessna 400, and the Cessna TTX. And all 3 of them are the Cessna Corvalis TTs. So it's the name confusion, and they had horrible marketing as well.
Oh, well, that's a shame, because flying this aircraft, it feels like it should have done really, really well. It looks good, it feels good. Yeah. Fuel burn doesn't seem to be out of this world, although I'm yet to confirm that. What is the price tag on this thing? On the Cessna Corvalis? Let's find that out.
Let me check that out.
Yeah. Let's pass under this bridge. This bridge looks lovely. Very large bridge. Shouldn't have any issue passing under it. There's some sort of boat there. Some sort of a utility craft looking. Okay, there's a little bit of a glitch on that scenery right there. Our water is rising above us. We go nice and easy under that bridge. Not too difficult at all. As expected, but the scenery is lovely here. I believe that bridge is handcrafted. Let's go around and pass under the second segment of that bridge as well. Have a little bit of fun here, shall we? Before we come back in, oh, there's a smoking chimney. A couple of them, actually. We'll come back in for a landing very, very soon. after we pass under that bridge too. Okay, let's turn this aircraft around. I must say it flies slightly better in the simulator than the Diamond DA62, in my opinion. So
How do you mean that?
it's just a little smoother, it's a little more consistent. At least the way I've felt, it's a little more consistent with its power. It doesn't stall very easily, which is always useful. Seems like a good aircraft in all honesty.
So, a Cessna Corvalis usually was priced at 800K, but then the TTX 400, which was actually a newer model, but a step down in terms of specs, it costed around 600K.
Okay, interesting. We flew under that bridge and there's no way we hit anything, but our aircraft literally bumped into something as if we hit into something. I don't think that's accurate. I think it's a glitch. Because there's plenty of space in that bridge. There's no way we hit anything. So that's interesting. Okay, so a price tag of 600 to 800K compared to about 1.1 million, 1 million for the Diamond DA62, if I'm not completely mistaken. Again, they must have done a terrible job on the marketing then.
Yeah, probably. But a pre-owned Cessna now costs around 350K to 550K. So it's pretty decent. Like, it's actually cheaper than most cars when it comes to airplanes. Like, it's a lower price tag than expected on an aircraft like this.
I assume so.
Yeah.
But given that it is quite old now though, right? Well, it's not that old.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's newer than most. But,
True.
but let's see. Let's see if we get some better options.
Let's go ahead and come in for a landing. Shall we do that?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do a quick
Are you
landing
gonna use
in.
Skydolly?
Yeah, I'm using Skydolly right now. We are going to come in for a quick real weather landing here.
All right.
And then we'll try and make this very same landing with... Where is the airport? There it is. Okay, great. Slowing down, or at least attempting to slow down, so I can put down my flaps here. Obviously, we're a little bit... that's a very short final there, but I think we'll be okay. Obviously, the aircraft...
Final.
Sorry?
I said it's still not technically final, is it? Since you're not aligned.
Yeah, it's technically not even a final yet. I don't think the aircraft is simulated very accurately anyway, because it's a little too easy to fly, if you ask me.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is in real life, huh? It's quite gentle, if you ask me. There we go, see? It's not that difficult at all, even with crazy flying techniques like the one I use. It's not that difficult to fly. You know, it's pretty straightforward here. So we landed into the tailwind there, and even with that, it wasn't too difficult at all. It's a gentle flyer. A gentle flying aircraft. Lots of fun, I have to say. It's fun. It is very fun. It's really fun aircraft, and the interior is really nice. It makes you feel very cozy, especially in terrible weather. Anyway, let's take a look at that landing replay. We'll only have one replay for this one. It's just a regular landing, right, at the end of the day. So we'll just have one replay for this landing, and then we'll change the weather and have a look at it again. How about that? How does that sound?
Sure.
Brilliant. We don't have anybody tuning in today, except Mr. Anas, who has also said hello on Twitch as well. Hello there, Anas. How are you doing, mate? Okay, there we go. Let's go around here. Let's turn ourselves around nice and easy. This aircraft is a breeze. I love this thing. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. Anyway, parking brake right there. If I can... There we go. Let's have a look at our landing replays. So just a quick external view, landing replay, and that's it. We're going to move on towards the next replay. Does that make sense?
Sure.
All right.
After
Okay.
we're done with the replay, I'll get on to some facts about the airport.
Sure. Let's do that. Let's rewind this Sky Dolly. I still use Sky Dolly, by the way. Those of you who are wondering what on earth I'm using to rewind, I use Sky Dolly. I don't use the flight control replay that's embedded in 2024. Because to me, that one, this one works better than that one. Let's just put it that way. Sky Dolly has improved quite a bit, and not just that. If you know the correct combination of buttons to press on Sky Dolly, that's the important part. If you do the wrong combination of buttons, everything's gonna go haywire. But anyway, let's see the landing here. There we go, just floating ourselves in, really. We had so much runway available, not even a problem. We didn't even use brakes. We didn't use brakes till the very end. Like I said, a gentle flying beauty. I like the way this thing looks.
It looks better than most Cessnas, to be honest.
Of course, it looks better than nearly every Cessna because Cessna is old. Cessna company usually has ancient aircraft. So, anyway, that was pretty fun. Let's now go ahead and change up the weather here. And we'll see how that works, right? Let's fast forward through our replay here. And we are at the end. There we go. Brilliant. Let's close that up. Good lord, why is it misbehaving now? 2024 for you, man. That's 2024 for you.
Yeah.
That's 2024 for you. A lot of glitches. Anyway, let's change up the weather. What weather are we in the mood to try first? We're just going to take off and land with it. Switch off live weather. We'll also try real time in a bit. But what are we trying? What are we trying? So we got a lot here. Winter chill. Got all of this. That is nothing special. We've got something atrocious. I'm looking for something atrocious. We can start with rain and clear. Then we can go to light thunderstorm, perhaps, you know. Oh, that's not light, but sure. Why don't we start with cool, rain and clear? How about that? Does that make sense?
Yep.
And then
I actually found out, like, the reports by aviation magazines which say that why the Cessna 400 failed.
Okay.
So apparently it had excess humidity on the inside of its systems, which resulted in problems within the parts and their integrations in the system.
Oh,
So that's interesting.
a design flaw. There you go. I knew there must have been some real reason why this thing must have failed, you know?
And the FAA also discovered 82 aircraft parts which had been incorrectly made and not detected by the company's quality assurance.
Oof. Okay. Now we know.
82 parts is quite a number.
That is quite a number. That is quite shameful for a company as reputable as Cessna.
Indeed, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we'll take a look at that after we land from this one. For these replays, I'm going to switch the view here to stream flights. There we go. We'll start our sky dolly. Let's release our parking brake and have a little bit of fun, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we do that? Shall we do that, Benny? So, what we have here is, excuse me, that is my phone right there ringing. Oh, goodness me. My attention went away there. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so let's just take off there. That was not very good, was it? Benny, you still with us? Benny! I don't think I don't know what's happening right now, so I have no idea what's happening. Okay, anyway, let's just continue here with our takeoff. And we'll come back into land. We'll come back into land. Okay, Benny, can you hear us? Are you with us?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. That is fantastic. That is fantastic, Benny. That is fantastic. Sorry about that, guys. My phone was going ballistic there. It might as well just been Benny. I don't know. So yeah, okay. So here we are. We've taken off into, I believe, fog. Yeah, this is fog weather that we have taken off into. The takeoff wasn't great at all. I'm sorry, I got distracted by the phone right there. But let's see how we go in and land, right? It's an interesting weather preset that I have here. Very nice. I like this. So let's go ahead and fly in and see what we can do here before we lose track of the airport completely. Shall we do that? So tell me, Benny, which is the latest Cessna that has been made? What is the latest model of the Cessna? Now, while you figure that out,
Cessna,
yeah,
I actually already searched that up. So
okay.
the latest Cessna is the Citation CJ413, which is also a citation from.
Okay, I'm afraid, Benny, your audio is really terrible today. I can't hear you at all, man.
Oh, right. Just hold on.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrid. Technical issues here, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe it's because of the weather. Who knows? Here we go, flying in 600 feet. That is way too low. We know it's low, but we're going to hold this altitude here. Let our speed kind of bleed off a little bit, not too much here. I have no visual here to be expected. Is that the runway? Good Lord, that's a runway, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That's a runway.
Any better now?
I don't know, bro. I'm not entirely sure. It gets a little better and then it gets far worse than it ever was, so I have no idea.
All right.
Here we come in.
So I was talking. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure.
No, you're telling me that the
the Citation Ascent is the newest Cessna they've released
right.
till date.
Right, that is the business jet, the corporate jet.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go, coming in for landing. There we go. Just like that, we made that landing. That was not too difficult, although the weather had very minimal effect on that landing, to be honest. Do we even need to play a replay for this? Or do we just have a look at a replay anyway, just for the sake of it?
Yeah, I guess we'll just have a look at one of them.
Okay, let me just park the aircraft right here so we can take off straight out. We'll take a look at the replay from this view right here, which is fair enough. So let's do that. Okay, let's have a look at our foggy landing, which is not too terrible at all if you ask me. It's nothing too complicated, to be honest. It's just straightforward. It had very little impact on the actual performance of the aircraft. So yeah. Now we'll go ahead and perform rain followed by thunderstorm. And then we'll hear some facts about the airport. We need some facts about the airport and the island we're on, don't we?
Yes, I already have them ready.
Alright, as soon as this touchdown, then we can get those started up. There we go, nice and easy. Not at all difficult at all, barely any manual braking used. Just, it's a shame that this aircraft failed. That is such a stupid way for Cessna to... I mean, fair enough, they haven't manufactured a recent aircraft model anyway, so... Nonetheless, okay, let's go ahead and... hear about the airport. How about that? Tell me more about this Rijeka airport and the island we're on.
All right. Before that, though, I do have a question.
What is that?
What's your favorite Cessna? And two categories, one in the simulator and one which you'd actually like to fly.
Corvalis TT would be my answer in the simulator because it's really nice.
Okay.
And perhaps in real life, I'd like to try the Caravan. Seems like a fun ride.
Interesting. All right.
Seems like a fun ride.
Why the Caravan, though?
I mean, it's a larger Cessna. It's still got the turboprop qualities to it. Still got that minivan with wings feel to it, you know. I like it. I assume it's going to be more comfortable because it's larger. So, anyway, let's hear about the airport and the island we're on.
Sure. So, firstly, let's go to Rijeka. Rijeka is quite a historical place. It has a 13th century castle. We might be able to check that out in the simulator. I'm not too sure about it, but it does have a 13th century castle.
Mm-hmm.
It has early churches from the 14th century.
Okay.
And apparently, it had it went through 2 world wars. It was actually a war zone.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, Mussolini actually captured this place.
Okay.
Are you aware of Mussolini?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. And then in 1943, the Germans took over this place. So Mussolini and Hitler.
Oh Lord! All right. Rijeka has
they had quite a party.
Okay, they had a war-studded history here. Do you have any idea where that castle is? We might be able to check it out. Is it on an island at Rijeka or is it in the mainland?
Let me check that out real quick.
Yeah, perhaps. We're flying into the rain here, and this is just regular rain, not really thunderstorm. Lovely animations of the raindrops and stuff, as you can tell from here. Yeah, so that's what we're flying into at this point. Now, I faced weather much more challenging than this in the video that I just recorded today at Nunwalak using the Corvalis TT that was in Alaska. So please be sure to check that out when that video comes out. It should come out sometime soon. Shouldn't be too long, but that is an exciting video. That landing was way crazier than anything we're going to do here. So make sure that you check that out. But for now, here we are flying into quite strong rain here. 13 knot wind from 288 degree heading. 13 knots, yeah, it's about 10 knots steady, and we can gust up to 16, I guess. We're looking just fine here as we fly into the storm here. Look at that little pocket of relief. As long as we keep our eye on the instrument, we should be just fine. It's not anything that's too severe, especially not by fly the noob standards, right? Although we must ease off the throttle.
Castle.
Yep, tell me, the castle.
Yeah, the castle is on the mainland.
Okay.
But it's not too far from the island.
Okay. Perhaps we will check that out. We'll have a look at the end. Alright, let's turn this bad boy around here and come back into land into Rijeka, obviously. So let's turn quite steeply here. Okay. We're getting battered a little bit by the winds, which are now going to turn into a tailwind. So we're going to land into a tailwind from the opposite direction. So that's interesting. But let's see. I don't have any visibility, which I hate, obviously. No pilot likes that anyway. Although the displays in this particular aircraft make it very easy for us to... Ooh, we're overspeeding there. The displays on this aircraft make it very easy for us to fly it, so that is something that I really enjoy here. I must say that is the runway right ahead of us that we can see on the display, both on the ND and the PFD. Swasti Vashisht, hello, 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 hello there. One of our more energetic viewers, but rarely tunes into our live stream, but always a good time when you're here, Swasti. Hope you had a good day. Welcome, welcome on board for today's interesting flight here I need to cut the throttle completely here. If we have any chance of slowing down, I need to put down our speed brakes as well. So I'm going to do that here. Oh, there we go. The runway has appeared right ahead of us, out of the blue. Or should I say, have you watched that meme? Where they ask a little boy to say a color that begins with M, and he says blue. That is what it is, out of the blue. Okay, there we go. Let's put that speed brake back down here. There we go. Brilliant. And rainy weather. Well, there's no rain at the airport, incidentally. That is the only place where it's bone dry. Well, it's not bone dry, but you get my point. There we go, coming in, 80 something knots, 80 something knots. A bit of a floater there, but down, nice and easy. Look at that. That is not too difficult at all. I'm finally here for a live stream. Catch me up. What are we doing today? Today we are messing around in the Cessna Corvalis TT, performing a few landings here. And we are in Rijeka in Croatia. Okay, very nice. Too easy right there. Oh, yeah, too easy right here. Let's go ahead and put on our parking brakes, perhaps, right? You know what, let me turn this thing around right here. So, Benny, what do you think about that landing?
That was pretty decent landing. But there was no rain towards the final.
Yeah, there was no rain towards the final. That kind of defeated the purpose, didn't it? Anyway, put on our parking brakes. Let's go ahead and have a look at that landing replay, shall we? And for today's landing replay, we shall use this view. We shall use this view, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, if I can get a hold of a little sky dolly here, sky dolly. Let's have a look at that landing replay, and then we'll have one more landing, takeoff and landing. Then we are going to pretty much call it here, are we not?
Well, before that, I believe you might want to try testing the limits of this aircraft.
Okay, we can do that. We can try and perform a little bit of acrobatic or aerobatic. Fun. Yes, we can do that. Certainly. Why, certainly, sir. Goodness me, man. I'm hungry. I need to find myself something to eat. Let's see. Okay, let's see how this landing went. Okay. There we go. It was very gentle. Nothing too crazy at all. Beautiful looking place. Is it not?
It is indeed.
Brilliant.
So let's go to the airport now. The airport opened in May 1970.
Okay.
And the first plane to depart, do you know who it carried?
Tell me.
It carried Mr. Tito and his wife. Do you know who Mr. Tito is?
I actually don't know who Tito is. Oh, are you talking about Michael Jackson and Tito?
No, I'm talking about Josip Broz Tito.
I have no idea who that is, man.
Interesting. He was a Yugoslav communist revolutionary, and he was the president of Yugoslavia.
I'm hardly surprised I don't know that.
Why not?
Why would I know such a minuscule and specialized trivia there?
No, because this guy, he was pretty famous.
Ah.
Pretty famous. He did some interesting things during his tenure.
Right. Without getting too political, we'll leave it at interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you said Tito?
Yeah, so the first plane took Tito and his wife. Since before the Second World War, Rijeka was divided between Yugoslavia and Italy, thanks to Mussolini.
Okay.
The Yugoslavia part of the city was served by the airfield in Susak, while the Italian part of the city was served by Rijeka.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting right there. Who knew so
It
much
has a
history in
single-
such a small place?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Now, as you can tell, I've changed the weather to a light thunderstorm. Swasti says that isn't general knowledge. That's what I also thought. I did not know about this Tito guy till you just told me about him. And the only Tito I know is Tito Ortiz.
I've studied Tito in history, also history in school.
Right,
So
right.
I thought he was pretty famous. I mean, he
Right.
deserves to be.
Okay. Well, I do know of some other infamous characters, but we can't get too political on this channel. But Swasti, you're absolutely
Yeah.
right. Interesting there. Anyway, let's head in here now. This is what we want, right? A light thunderstorm. This is what we are here for, to see what we do in this weather. Am I right or am I right? Okay. Not funny. Right, let's press record on that Sky Dolly and let's see how we perform when we try and land in this weather, shall we?
All right.
Take off flaps. Thank you very much. Flaps are still traveling there, as you can tell by the blinking light. And now we have flaps traveled. Release parking brake. Pull up the throttle, and that throttle is not looking good. My lord, look at this. The wind is crazy. The wind is crazy. Oh lord, this is not looking good. Okay, so we gotta adjust this so that I can hold the center line here. There we go. Now this
Finally, some challenge.
this is quite difficult in MSFS because without a rudder pedal, to do this using the controller there we go. Nice and easy. That wasn't bad of a takeoff considering the condition there. If you saw the windsock there, it was blowing and holding onto that pole for dear life. We are crabbing, as you can tell. Trying to fly straight, we're crabbing. We've got 24 knot crosswind, gusting up to what? To 30. Okay.
Interesting.
So this is the weather condition in which a 737 would think twice about landing. Look at the way we're getting. Oh my good lord, look at that. Now we asked for it. There we go. This is what we asked for, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we asked for. I need to come off the throttle a little bit, pushing the manifold too severely here, but I don't think that's modeled in this aircraft anyway. Nonetheless, it is severe here. Now we're getting choppy. We're getting choppy, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting choppy. This is interesting, to say the least. And if you look out, ooh, look at that. Plenty of flashes around us, and this is what you call a light thunderstorm. I wonder what a heavy thunderstorm is going to look like. I don't think we can fly in that with this aircraft, quite frankly.
Or yeah, with this aircraft, probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, we're continuing to fly out here, and all around us we see absolutely niente. And do you remember the station air that we were flying, Benny? You remember how you said it looked ugly because it only had one landing light on the one side of it? Well, I present to you the Corvalis. So, yeah. So it wasn't just because
I genuinely don't know why they do that. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I think that's all it's required, to be honest, for such a tiny aircraft.
I understand, but then, like, nothing's preventing them from putting another light on the other side.
Yes, it is expense. You save money where you can. Yeah.
Understandable. I wouldn't mind paying $1,000 more just to have it.
That's true. I mean, if you're paying $800,000 US,
Yeah.
I doubt $1,000. I mean, it's not even going to cost you $1,000. Let's be realistic. It's not
I mean,
that
they'll
bad.
probably price it at $1,000. It's an aircraft anyways.
Okay, fine. Let's say it's $1,000. You know what? Check that up
Yeah.
right now. Why don't you do that up right now? Could you do us a favor and check up how much a landing light on an aircraft might cost? And we're talking about a GA aircraft here, right? Like a Cessna Corvalis.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously for a commercial airliner, thousands of dollars is in order, not an issue, but let's turn around here without crashing if possible. Quite steep turn here, typical of Fly the Noob. Descending here as well. Okay, that we have overturned here, quite frankly. We need to line ourselves up with that runway. We're going to drop our speed here. This is going to be a terrible landing attempt, and I'll tell you why. We've got 30 knots wind. 30 knots. and it's slapping us almost directly from the side. And here I am trying to land it like a madman. Speed brakes out, please. Thank you. Speed brakes out. Oh, good lord, we are being battered. I'm not entirely sure if the aircraft can handle this much stress. I don't know where the airport is, man. I have no idea where the airport is. Oh no, we're too low. We're too low. We're too low.
You can't pull up.
Okay, there we go. I did not even realize that. I don't know where we are. I'm not kidding. I have no idea where we are. I have no visual.
You might want to pull out nav map. Oh,
I do have nav map
again.
out. Yeah, I know. I should pay more attention to my instrument here. It's aviate and then navigate. Oh, good lord, what is going on here? I have zero control of what's happening here, man. This isn't cool. This isn't cool. Oh, good.
That was a close one.
Eesh. Okay, we're having a rough time here. Okay, speed brakes back up. I think I'm having issues because of the speed brake being down, maybe. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better for sure. Yeah, it was a speed brake. My bad. Imagine the pilot telling you that. Oh, that was just a speed brake. Hold on. Okay, this is terrible, guys. This is a terrible attempt. This is idiotic. What I'm doing here is idiotic, and I have no visuals, and I don't know where it is. I don't know where the runway is. Is that the runway? That's a runway, isn't it? Good lord, that's a runway.
I believe it is. Yeah.
100 knots and we're climbing. What the hell on earth is this? Okay, this is horrid here, quite frankly. Cutting down to 50% power. Trying to find that runway here. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's under us.
It's to your left. You make a hard left. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Dear lord. Okay, shall we try? Shall we attempt this? Look at the way we are crabbing. I can't get myself to align with the runway, no matter how much I try here, by the way. Okay, maybe that's better. There we go. That's better. That is it. Okay. Okay, there we go. Not too bad, ladies and gentlemen, considering, don't you think?
Yeah, that was a pretty great touchdown.
It's a pretty great...
Considering the final.
Considering the final. That was quite nuts. And also considering we have no navigational aid pretty much apart from our display in front of us, which I think is enough, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, let's take a look at that landing replay. That should be a fun one. That should be definitely a fun one. Here we go, turning around here. At the runway, the speeds are 15 knots, so that's why we're suddenly able to control the aircraft a little bit, luckily for us. But even that is very high for an aircraft like this. Okay, let's see how we did on this one, shall we? We'll do all the views for this particular replay, shall we?
Yeah, sure. But before we go off stream, do you want to check out the castle?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
You might want to check it out.
Yeah, go ahead.
You might want to check it out on nav map first, just to identify the location.
Unfortunately, it won't be there on nav map. I won't be able to check that out now.
As a point of interest?
It might not be there, so I'm not too sure.
Alright.
Okay, let me first play the replay here. Swasti says, so cool,
Sure.
You actually managed to land that well, imagine. I wouldn't exactly... Oh, good lord. Oh, I wouldn't exactly call that landing it well, but I'll say it's a smooth touchdown. But glad you enjoyed it. Look at that windsock. It is holding onto that pole for dear life, so not the best condition here. Coming in, nearly slapping the terminal area there, and halfway down the runway at this point. And we touched down smooth. Yep, touchdown was smooth. Touchdown was smooth. I think I deserve my PPL right there. I really do. I really do. Give me my PPL. Anyway, let's have a few more replays of this because this is the creme de la creme. If that is even how you say it. think let's scare ourselves with what we did here, shall we? Rewind. Imagine actually being in a landing like this. Okay, so this is where we see the runway here. We're coming in, and I decide to perform that as a lineup maneuver, and that was too much, and the wind just literally just shoved me to the side. So I dramatically increased the area that is exposed to the wind, and it just shoved me off to the side. That's what happened there with that turn, in case you're wondering. So there we go. Then we just floated that boy in. Lucky for us, we don't need that much runway. And ta-da! Which is not at all a bad touchdown considering the conditions and the aircraft. I'm happy with that. Obviously, if we flew a more predefined approach, we would have a better lineup and a touchdown in a more suitable area of the runway and all that gibberish, but you know, that is good enough. What say you, Benny? What say you, Swasti? If Benny is even still with us, I have no idea.
Yeah, I am. Just hold on a second, please.
Sure. Let's take a look at that replay from this point of view. Let's see how the passenger soiled his or her pants as they came into fly. Okay, we'll start with this one right there. There we go, the ground. Ooh, look at that turn, good lord. And then we come back this way. That is some premium aviation right there. Some premium aviation. The most important thing in these situations is to not second guess yourself. If you second guess yourself, just go around. You gotta go in with the mind that I'm gonna stick it, because if you decide otherwise, you gotta go around. If you go in 50-50, you're not too sure, that's when things go wrong. We'll have one final landing replay from the other side of the cabin, from behind the pilot seats, the passenger seatings. Let's see what they saw on this absolutely illegal and non-recommended but bone-crushingly cool approach here. So let's check that out, shall we? Here we go. This window is too tinted anyway. We can't see much. Yes, Benny, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just researched the price of a landing light, a Cessna landing light.
All right.
And it ranges from $18 to $84.
There you go. I told you.
Yeah.
It's not going to cost that much.
The whole kit,
yeah,
including both the landing lights and the setup and everything, cost $600.
See?
So, I mean, they could have,
They could have.
They really could have.
They could have. I guess they were using the template from an earlier available model or something. Anyway, there we go. Landing. Nice and easy touchdown, but definitely not a recommended approach there. That was fun, though. I must say, that was really fun. And we said we're going to check out the castle if we can find it, right?
Yeah, so there's this airport called Grobnik Airport. I believe you'll be able to find that at least.
So hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can put in some point of interests.
All right.
I don't know how to put them back in here. Unfortunately, my friend. $18. Yep, Swasti, that is right. $18. That's all. That is all. POI. Okay, unfortunately. Okay, so the POI is here, but in 2024, I don't have the maps for the castle. I'm afraid we're going to spend a long time trying to find it.
Not really.
Okay.
Because there's this airport called Grobnik Airport.
Okay.
If you can get that in, it's on the way to Grobnik Airport. It's right on the coast.
Okay. Could you just tell me the code for it?
Yeah, just hold on.
Found it. Is it LDRG, Gropniko Polhe Airport?
Yeah, that's the one.
So do I fly directly from Rijeka to Gropnik and that's it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. In that case, say no more.
Yeah.
Say no more, Mr. Benny. Let's go ahead and change the weather back to...
But you might want to do a perpendicular from the coast, if you get what I mean.
Perpendicular from the coast. It's not
Like you travel straight to the coast and then go 90 degrees to Grobnik. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. So you want me to take off from here, turn 90 degrees, fly into the coast perpendicular, then take a 90-degree turn into Gropnica.
Yeah, and it should be 90 degree. That's when you'll find the castle.
You can just pay attention to my ND, all right? I'm going to attempt to do what you just said.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
On the way there, you might want to do some aerobatics as well. Test out its limits,
Okay.
how
fine.
far we
Let's
can
do
take
that.
it. Yeah.
Let's do that. Parking brakes released and up and out of this particular airport we go. I don't know why it's pulling so much to the side here. Is the rudder stuck? No, it's not. It's pulling unusually to the side, but okay. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna just pull up the flaps here really quickly. Gonna turn 90 degrees now, right over the terminal building, scare everybody in there. We get banned and fined and probably possibly jail time here. Ooh, oh god, I'm gonna crash, haven't I? Oh, that was lucky. Anyway, you didn't see that, did you? No, you didn't. I know you didn't.
Hey.
You have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, nothing happened. All right.
Exactly.
As I was saying. Okay, let's gain some speed here.
Yeah, you have to travel along the coast from now on.
Along the coast from now on, and then turn 90 degrees into...
Yeah, into the airport, correct.
Okay, all right, fine. Then let me try do that right here. And it's the right time you told me because we got a bridge right there. We're going to pass under it, obviously. If I can get our aircraft
Is
not
that
to...
the same one you passed under, right?
Yeah, it is the same one. So let's
Yeah.
do it again and see if there's a glitch. Because it is extremely large. There's no way we should be able to hit anything. Look at this. Right? You see how we knocked something there? There was an invisible knock.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a wobble
that
there.
happened quite later.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That has to be a glitch in the scenery there. Okay, let me speed up once again here. I'm flying along the coast. There's something interesting right ahead of us. What is that? Is that a boat that's stuck in the air? Don't tell me it's a boat stuck in the air. We gotta go check that out. Gotta go check that out. What is that? Yeah, it is a ship. It's a ship. Hello there, matey. Why are you in the air? It's in the air. Good lord. It's a good-looking
Is
ship.
it really in the air?
Yeah, it is. It's actually stuck in the air. It's a good-looking ship there. Is that a shipwreck or something? Or is it a dock for releasing ships? Or I don't know what it is. But anyway.
It doesn't look like a dock. There's trees around it.
There's trees around it. Okay, so where do you think this castle is going to be? Let's first locate the castle before I start doing any aerobatics.
It's pretty... It's not that close. So I left you some room for aerobatics. So you can go around, do whatever you want. Just make sure to fly along the coast while you do it.
I'm flying along the coast right now. We have the city ahead of us, Rijeka.
Yeah, it's in the city.
Oh, okay. In that case, let me try and perform a flip right now. All right, ready for it? We don't have much altitude, but I'm going to try it anyway. Okay, let me just gain a bit more of altitude here. Otherwise, it's a foolish idea. We know that this is a Cessna. But I must say, it's not exactly a weak Cessna. So, okay, let me try. Here we go, dipping the nose down. I think I see the castle, perhaps. Ooh,
already?
There we go.
Oh, yeah, I think I see it too.
Pulling the nose up, pulling the nose up, pulling the nose up. Okay, we've flipped around here. I have no idea what's happening to the aircraft. And we're flying upside down. We're flying upside down. I'm glad to hear that, Swasti. Glad to hear that. And okay, it can't really fly upside down, but as you saw, it can turn completely 360. And that too with not much altitude. So that's great, isn't it?
It is. It is.
That's
indeed.
fun. This is a fun aircraft. No wonder I was able to pull off what I did in Nunvalak with it. Which, by the way, if you haven't checked it out, it's going to come out really, really soon. There's no way you could have checked it out. It's not live yet. But it's coming really, really soon. Just drumming up and plugging in my own video in my own video. So, yeah, please do check that out when it does release. So let's try that one more time, shall we? From the outside. Let us try and climb here. Turn around, turn around. Turn around, and we're flying. Okay, it can't maintain upside down flight, but apart from that, it can pretty much turn around and do anything really. I don't think it can do a barrel roll, but yeah. Okay, so let me head towards the city of Rijeka, where we are supposed to come across this castle, which I believe I have already. Is this the castle ahead of us?
It should be a bit further towards the coast.
Further towards the coast, you say? Oh,
Or
those
maybe
are not.
it is. I don't know.
Those are not the castles. Those are apartment buildings. Okay, so I'm in the city of Rijeka, and you told me it is in the city. Is that not right?
Yes, it is. It is in the city.
It is in the city, and it's towards the coast in the city.
Not exactly towards the coast, but pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. Do you know whether it's on the west or east side of the city? Because that will help us a lot.
It's on the western side. Like when I told you about the Grobnik airport, when you're pretty much 90 degrees to it, that's where you'll find the castle.
I'm 90 degrees to it right now, so... it's
So
not-
you should find it a bit towards your right in the green area.
Oh, in the green area.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't...
somewhere here.
I don't think it's even modeled here, because if it was, we'd be able to find it. I don't see it. I'm
That's a
afraid.
shame.
I'm afraid I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it.
That's a
Does
shame.
anybody spot something? Can aircrafts do a forward flip? Yes, they can, Swasti, but definitely not this aircraft. It's going to go nuts on us. I mean, we could if we went up to high altitude, but I'm not going to do that today. The live stream has already gone a little longer than I'd like it to. Okay, I see a bridge there, so since we didn't see a castle, let's go ahead and end, end the live stream by flying under the bridge. Okay, we are over speeding here. That's okay. It's kind of what I want. Kind of what I want. Cut throttle. There is the bridge that will we fit under that? We won't, will we? But if we crash, we crash. Let's go find out. Ta-da! We already have had our landing replays for the day, didn't we? So I'm not.
Yeah, we pretty much did.
I'm not too worried about crashing now. Let's just go in and do some doomsday stuff. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ta-da! Okay, that is a terrible idea, and oh, there we go. We hit it for sure, right? Apparently we hit it, but you know how there's that glitch, so I can't really tell. Should I try that again?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, I'll try that once more, and then we'll land into the airport that's nearest to us. Okay. Let me try and turn our Cessna Corvalis into a Red Bull racing aircraft here. Plow it into the ground in the meantime. Oh my goodness. Come on, don't give up on me just like that. Yeah, that's a good boy. Okay, where on earth is that bridge? It's under there, isn't it? Okay, cutting throttle so we don't overspeed here too drastically. Turning this aircraft around. Red Bull Racing, give me a job. Actually, I was kidding. Don't give me a job. That looks dangerous. Okay, there's no way we hit the bridge in that one, right? Come
You
on.
know the funny part?
What is the funny part?
The castle is supposed to be right here. Right after the bridge, towards our left probably.
Okay, I don't see any castle anywhere nearby.
Well, that's sad. It's just, I guess it's... Oh, isn't that one? No, that's just a building, I guess.
I mean, not every point of interest is obviously modeled in MSFS, right? I mean, It's not like this area
they
has
should have
had
something, you know.
No, I mean it's just it's a small city. I mean, I'm pretty sure they don't have any sceneries for Rijeka, you know. So yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not even disappointed to be. Wait, is that the castle? That's the castle. There it is. We found it. There it is, the castle. Ladies and gentlemen, we found the castle. Brilliant. So it is modeled. Dude, that's impressive though, considering that. Is Croatia modeled? Have they already released a world update for Croatia? Can you check that out?
Let me check that out.
Because that is so cool. There's the castle right there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go have a look at it. Let's have a look at it, shall we? Brilliant stuff. Look at that. There's a castle right there. Nice. And it's perched really nicely on top too.
Yeah. It's a 13th century castle.
Damn.
Yeah, Croatia did get the world update. It was the X1V, which I believe it is 14, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it's 14, number 14. Look at that.
Yeah,
that is
world update
beautiful.
14.
I really like that. That is
Oh, yeah,
beautiful.
and Rijeka was one of the cities which got it.
There we go. Now it makes sense. That's why they have the castle in there, but that's beautiful. Because that's usually a handcrafted thing, you know? It's not easy to get that done by AI here. We're flying this thing like it's... nonetheless, it's fun. This is fun. I like it. I like that castle quite a bit. It was worth it. So thank you very much, Benny, for convincing me to take a detour here, because that is definitely worth it. I hope you're enjoying this.
No problemo.
I hope you're enjoying this, because that is fun. Look at that castle right there. That is... It's also... It seems to have good amount of detail in it, right?
Yeah, it does.
There's a good amount of detail on it. That seems really fun. You know what? I'm going to do something a little crazy here. I'm going to just get a little bit closer to it, just so we can take a better look at it. It's somewhere here. Okay, we're fine. There it is. Taking a closer look at it. Yeah, that is the right emoji for that. Swasti, that is a great emoji to use. That is fantastic. Yep, that is exactly what we're doing right now. We're literally doing that. Look at the level. We can even see the courtyard in there, can we? That is cool.
It looks like a Templar castle.
It does. It looks really cool. That is a really, really cool place. Okay. That is fun. Castle indeed, huh? Look at that. Do you know the name of this castle by any chance?
Yes. It is Tango, Romeo, Sierra, Alpha, Tango.
Just say it out.
Tersat.
Okay.
I don't know how to pronounce that.
That's okay. Just say it the way you would say it.
T-R-S-A-T.
Tresat. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
That is cool. Okay. Anyway, we had a good look at that castle right there. A very good look at that castle. And let me go ahead and land this aircraft right now. Shall we do that?
Yep.
And we shall call it a day for today's stream. That was really fun though. I gotta say, that was really fun. We will have a final landing replay. Now that we're here, might as well. So I can see the airport ahead of us, LDRG, right here. What did you say the name of that was again? It was an interesting name. What is the name?
Yeah, it's Grobnik.
Grobnik.
Yep. That's the one.
We passed by that tree really quickly there. Okay, let's come into land at this particular airport. Kind of with a tailwind component, but I'm not really complaining here. Doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, there we go. I'm going
Not
to...
when you're flying.
Not when I'm flying, that's right. Tailwind is nothing when I'm flying. Okay, I think that's the airport right there. Yeah, I see it. Kind of see it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's drop our flaps. Kind of stabilize ourselves. There we go. Give ourselves some throttle there. And let's make our turn on to the runway here. Runway should be right near us. I don't know where it is. There it is. Ta-da! That's the airport. Welcome. And we do have Sky Dolly running. We can take a look at some of those stuns and the castle a little bit if we like after we finish. This was a
sure.
it was a
That'll be
fun
nice.
little it was a fun little live stream, don't you think?
Indeed, it was.
There we go. Benny's had a long day.
Yeah.
There we go, nice and easy. Gentle touchdown. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to that airport that Benny just said, which I completely forgotten. Yes, there we go.
It was previously known as Susak Airfield, which was the one which was owned by Yugoslavia.
Right. The same one you're talking about.
Yeah, the one I did, yeah.
Okay. It seems to have its taxiways at the end here, so let's go ahead and taxi out there to the end. Open up that throttle, gain a bit of speed there. Taxiing at 40 knots in typical flight noob fashion. There we go. Flaps up, aircraft cleaned up, although we need to take a look at the landing replay. So I don't even know why I bothered to clean that up. So we could take this taxiway, or we could just turn around and take this one, which is a shorter way, right? Yeah, I don't even think the other one's a taxiway, but let's go. Let's find ourselves a little parking before we do our landing replay here.
What is the other one, though? Where does it go to?
I don't know. It might be the road. Who knows? Might be the road. But a road that leads directly to the runway? Okay.
Maybe for presidents. Just to get in your plane and dip.
Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna leave our aircraft right here. I'm not gonna... You know what? Let me turn around. Out of respect for the airport here, I shall turn around and park it in somewhere here, shall we?
Yep.
Let's do it right about here. Perfect. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the airport that whatever Benny said. Yes, that airport. And let's take a... Should we take a look at the landing replay? We should, right? Now that we have it anyway. We'll take a look at the landing replay, and we can also replay some of the stunts because I had Skydolly going during them as well. So we're just going to have one landing replay here. There's no point of having multiple landing replays. It's just a regular landing. Nothing much to it, right?
Yep.
Let's have a quick landing replay from here right now. And then we'll go and check at some of our stunts that we did, and we'll check out the castle from the exterior view a little bit. And that's pretty much it for today's live stream there. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Final landing replay. One more time, just the touchdown. There we go. One more time before I go. There we go. Nice and easy, isn't it? Brilliant. Looks pretty good indeed. I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. Swasti, Anas, and of course you, Benny. Hope you guys all enjoyed today's live stream. I'm just zooming backwards so we can go and take a look at our little castle that we flew around for so long. There it is. There it is. So I'm gonna, you know what? Let me take a look at our pass under the bridge, right? We were just going around and around the castle, weren't we? Once again, your audio has gone to...
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better. It's better. That might be my bad, because let's have a look at when I passed under the bridge. Let's do that, shall we? Let's see how badly I hit it. I mean, according to this particular thing, we hit it, which I feel is a lie. We did not hit it. Okay, let's have a look. Replaying. Let me replay that one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look. Okay, we did not hit anything there. Absolutely not. There's no way we hit anything. Now we'll take a look at when we looped back around and we came back in, right? So let me have a look at that really quickly. We looped back around, we came back in. There we go. Let's see what it looks like when we came back around. Okay. There we go. See, we didn't hit anything, but while we were flying, it gave us that little bump. That doesn't make any sense. That's definitely a glitch. So we know we didn't hit anything. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, well, let's rewind that just a little bit more. Here we go. And then we're just gonna let it run. Look at that. We're coming in, nice swoop. Coming in under the bridge. Come on, this is good stuff. This is Red Bull stuff right here, I guess. There we go. Nice and easy. Under the bridge. Right? There was absolutely no issue. We definitely will. All right, there we go. Nice and easy. Now there's the castle right there. Now it's just us circling around and looking at the castle pretty much. So I'm just gonna go towards that. Us circling around. Once we start circling, it is a castle pretty much we're looking at. All right. There we go. That is the castle ahead of us. That is what we were looking at, ladies and gentlemen. We just fast forward it a little bit. There we go. We were checking out the castle. We were checking out the castle there. There we go. Checking out the castle. Let's just go to the front of the castle there. There we go. That's much better. There we go. That is us checking out the castle here in Rijeka with a name that I'm not going to attempt to pronounce, but there we go. That's right. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Anyway. Lovely little site there. It is, I believe, part of the city update here for Rijeka as part of, I believe, World Update 14 or City Update 14. I'm not sure. But anyway. Okay. There we go. All right. Let me come back now. And today's stream was really fun. It was really, really fun. I'm glad we got to check out that really cool castle. There's a lot of detail in it that is really, really cool. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. Very, very nice. We have definitely taken our Corvalis to the max. I'm pretty sure it's not simulated extremely accurately in the simulator. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here today. Benny say bye-bye because we're leaving it here today with this replay. And I hope you guys enjoyed that live stream. I hope you guys join me for more. And thank you so much once again, Anaswasti and Benny, for being here with me on this live stream. With that, have a good day, and I shall catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
All right. See you guys.